So today, Zahra is going to be speaking to us about mindset and how it can really help us get to our health and weight loss goals. And I think that it's such an important topic because most of the women come to me thinking that if I tell them, what they need to eat, what they need to avoid, the calorie count, all those details, they're going to be good to go and they'll be able to reach their goals. The reality is 80% of the work is in the mindset, 80% of the work is going to be here. So if we only focus on, the food, the calories, and the macros, we can only go so far. We might be able to lose a couple of pounds in the first few months, right? But then your mindset will kick in and it will cause you trouble again. So this is why it's so important to kind of tune in with your mindset. What are the thoughts that are holding you back? What is the right mindset to keep you moving forward, to avoid burnout, to avoid, feeling deprived? And I think Sahara is a great resource to talk to us about that. So let me actually add her in. Okay, accept. Hello, assalamu alaikum, Zahra.
Hey, walaikum salam.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Hamzullah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. I love the green color on you. It's so
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
You're welcome. So I was just giving a quick briefing on our topic, but I also want to introduce Zahra. Zahra is an elite spiritual coach. She's also the author of Before I Do, 150 plus questions for Muslims to ask before marriage. I wish I met you about 15 years ago. Zahra also guides her clients to using her signature framework to empower them to connect with their soulmates and realize their dreams with the support of Allah. And I love how you incorporate faith into everything. I'm a big believer in that as well, is that, you could always learn as much as you want to learn, but at the end of the day, Allah is the one that guides you and helps you through. So welcome and thank you for being on my live today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I've been, devouring your Instagram and loving everything that you are sharing, loving how you're supporting women, how you're supporting mothers, so wonderful.
Thank you. So, Zahra, can you actually start by telling us what is mindset so that people start to kind of have a better idea of why it's even important? Because I was just telling them, some people think, weight loss and health is just about learning the calories and the macros and that's it, right? So tell us a bit, what does mindset really mean?
Yes, yes. So basically, for most of us, growing up, going through any educational system, whether it's in the West or elsewhere, they pretty much have the same kind of format where you are taught what to think, right? This is what to think about history. This is what to think about math. This is what to think about Allah. This is what to think about prayer, about tahajjud. You're taught what to think, but we are not really taught how to think. How am I going to, look at this, understand this? What perspective am I going to bring to this? And really, it's in the how you think about things that changes everything, right? So you could be taught what you need to know about health. You need to understand that you have this much protein and this much carbs and this much things or whatever. But if behind that, how you're thinking about it was well, knowing this information is going to totally empower me and totally allow me to have great health. Or knowing this information, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. This is so much. I'll never be able to keep up. This is not anything I'm going to be able to, manage or do. It's just so hard. Who am I to do this? How you think about things is, I don't know, 100 times more important than what you're thinking about, because how you're thinking about it colors what you'll actually do with the information, how you'll use it, how you'll apply it, whether it'll benefit you, whether you will, act on it, all of those things. So mindset is looking at how am I thinking? What is the way that I am observing, the perspective I'm having, the view that I'm having on the things that I think about.
I love that. I love how you explained it. As you were talking, I was thinking about all the things that I think about and, in a negative way or all that stuff. Well, thank you for that. So Zahra, I know that Muslim women specifically, we kind of have, specific thought patterns that we grow up with. For example, your home is the most important, or you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. And I feel like a lot of time that kind of grows with us later on, and it prevents us from doing things that are important to us, like taking care of ourselves or taking care of our health or losing weight, because sometimes we have those thoughts and those mindsets, like you said, that is kind of making us feel guilty to take a step forward, let's say. So how do you usually handle that with clients when they have those, thoughts that are kind of blocking them from moving forward?
Yeah, so it's so great to use the example of health because it's just very relatable. Again, we all know what to do to take care of ourselves. You should get better sleep. You should take time to take rest. You should drink more water. You should eat, real, alive foods. You should move your body. We know what to do. It's not like a big mystery. It's not a big secret. All the books that are written, those are the basics. No one's
Go
really
out there.
like confused. So then why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? Why are we
Exactly.
running around, not sleeping, not drinking water, eating crap? Why are we not doing the things that we know we need to do? It's again how we're thinking about it. If you're thinking, well, I can only I can't afford to. I can't afford to in terms of maybe money. I can't afford to buy the healthy foods I need. I can't afford to meal prep. I can't afford those things, or I can't afford the time. I don't have the time to do it. I can't afford the time to set aside, to sit down properly and do this, to make time for the gym, to go for a walk. So the way
Yeah.
you're thinking about your life, your time will make you feel like it's possible for you, or like it's not possible for you. And even more than that, your mindset will be like, well, is it good? Is it actually good? Maybe a better use of my time is, preparing dinner for my family, as opposed to me, going for this 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
So how you decide what to act on the things that is based on, again, what you think about it. So if you think it's a luxury, if you think you can afford it, if you think it's something, once I have more money, I'll do it, or once the kids are older, I'll do it, or once I first I need to memorize the Quran, then I can tackle this. I have to do this first, then that. If you're making all sorts of reasons about why you need to put it off, then you're just going to put it off. So again, it's around how you view this thing, how much of a priority it is in your life, and whether you think it is good, wholesome, it aligns with everything else you're supposed to do. If you have competing interests and your other competing interests feel like they're more important or more prioritized, then of course these things are going to fall to the wayside.
Yeah. And I honestly think what you just said is what I see the most with women is that they don't take the first step because they don't think they have the time. They think that the kids and work and house chores, all of those things are competing. So they kind of put themselves last. So they never really start, even if they have all the knowledge in the world. It's always like, next year, or when my daughter goes to full day school, or like, when I just, finish that one last thing, I'm gonna start after that. And subhanAllah, I think we all have our challenges with what we prioritize, because as you're speaking, I actually just remembered, because a really good friend of mine was just holding me like I think 2 days ago, and she's like, Aya, why haven't you started memorizing Quran until now? And she was like really pushing me on it. And I'm like, I just don't think I have the time. I just think it requires a lot of commitment. I don't know when to start, da da da. And she kind of said, the same stuff that you're saying now. It's like, you have the time. Look at all the stuff that you're doing, right? It's just that you're not prioritizing this. You're putting this last, so you're giving that time and that effort for other things that are more, that you perceive more important. And so truly, it does come down to like what you're thinking, and are you putting your Quran or your health or whatever it is as a priority on your list or not? So Zahra, let's say you have grown up with a certain mindset. Like maybe you've grown up in a family where, women just don't take time for themselves. They are just there to serve others. And maybe kind of, putting the time in, the money to hire a coach or a gym membership or buying extra organic food, all the stuff that will kind of go into, moving towards a healthy side. Maybe all of that for you is so foreign, and it feels like, I just can't do this. How can people start changing the mindset that they grew up with since childhood?
Yes, yes. So the mindset that many of us observed our parents, their parents, back home, what they were doing, is really just the self-sacrifice of the woman. The woman gives up her life to take care of the
Mm-hmm.
family, the kids, the husband, you know, her career, her ambitions, her even her own hobbies, her own enjoyment, all is put to the side. Her value and her being a good you know, servant of Allah is all in on what is she giving to her family, either her immediate family or her parents, her extended family, all of it. So it is a mindset. The mindset is that the highest use of my time, the best thing that I can do to serve Allah, to serve, you know, and to be a good person is to serve others, is to serve my children, to serve my husband, to serve my parents, is to serve. So that is your mindset that you grew up with because you observed them. Even if no one articulated those words to you, that's what you understood. So you've adopted this mindset. So to begin to change that, you have to look at, well, am I really being of such high, wonderful, amazing service to people when I'm tired and burnt out and have no energy and just, you know, I fed you, I dressed you, I clothed you, but like, don't talk to me. I can't have fun with you. I don't want to have energy with you. I'm irritated and irritable by anything that you do. I'm lashing out, or I'm, you know, going into seclusion. After all my things are done, I just go and hide in my room, or I just pass out at night. Is that really like the best me showing up for my family in this way of service? Probably not, right? So what would be a higher form of that? What, you know, so when then you meet someone like Aya and she's telling you to like do all this stuff for yourself, and you're like, whoa, girl, whoa, this is a shock to my system. Like, me
I don't
taking
have
care
time
of
for
me?
that.
Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
mindset shift is like, well, how much better would you be able to serve your family if you had all your needs met? If you were well hydrated, well nourished, had movement, had the space and time to breathe and think and, you know, collect your own thoughts, and then you were cooking dinner, would you be more receptive to your kids coming in and cooking with you? Would you be more happy to sit down and eat with your husband together? Would you feel more at ease, at peace, but, you know, going over and helping your parents with this or with that because you had taken that time for yourself? Wouldn't it serve all the people that you serve more if you were taken care of?
Yeah.
So with that first shift, you can begin to see, oh, it's not selfish for me
Yeah.
to take care of me. It's a necessity. Me taking care of me enables me to take care of others better. So that's the place that I start with clients. And of course that takes, you know, you're hearing me say this right now. Maybe this is the first time and you're like, you know what? Yes, yes, that would be better. I am annoyed. I am actually deeply resentful. I resent them and I'm angry at them and I'm bitter towards them. And how much, you know, more joy, more love could I put in all the things that I was doing if I didn't have all this bitterness and resentment because I'm waiting for someone to take care of me, or I'm waiting for someone to give me permission. Oh yeah, now you can go to the gym. No one's going to come and say that. Oh, why don't you go take a walk? Unfortunately for women, no one's going to go say, why don't you go take an hour in the bath? We've done messed up. We messed up that
Yeah.
people are not
You
saying
gotta
that.
create it for
We have to
yourself.
say it to ourselves.
Yes, for sure. And I think that really goes for everyone. Like at work, if you don't put boundaries on when you finish your work, they're gonna let you work, you know, over hours. It's always like, it's either you putting yourself first or nobody else will do it for you, right? But I love that shift you talked about where it's like, this is not even just about me. Like, of course you do this for yourself, but this is not just about me. If you feel better, if you have energy, if you don't feel resentment towards the people that you're doing all of this towards, you're going to be a better mom. You're going to be a better wife. You're going to even have more energy to do more of the stuff that you have, right? Because like Allah will give you that extra energy. And so even if things seem like, you know, there isn't space for one extra thing right now, once the change kind of happens, everything falls into place because you just feel better about everything.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
tell people to start small. Just pick one small thing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
That's actually another good thing that I'd like to kind of have you elaborate a bit more on. I see a lot that the reason why people fail, especially nowadays, is that they go online, they watch all these YouTube videos, they see all these influencers, you know, with everybody maybe, you know, if it's health related, they're like drinking just juice, or they're going on keto, or they're cutting out all carbs. And then people go in and they feel like they need to do everything all at once in order to feel and look like those people. And they kind of lose touch with that place of, I can start small. And sometimes even when clients come to me, they're like, we want to see results fast. Like, how many pounds can we lose the first, couple of weeks? So what do you tell people with coming in with that mindset of like, it has to be it has to be right now. I have to see fast results, right?
Yes. What I tell people is that if you want to have lasting change, you have to set yourself up for success. If you go in guns blazing to do all of the things, you are setting yourself up for failure, because it is too much of a shock to your routine, to your system, to all the people around you to be like, no, I'm not doing any of that anymore. I'm doing all of this. Like, it's just too much for you to drastically change your life that way if you want it to be sustainable. So if you want it to be sustainable, then the best thing to do is to start small, step by step. And then you just remind people, like, how is all of the things that you have in your life, or all the changes that you've made, how did they happen? They happened step by step, bit by bit. So in that same way, when you want to make this lifestyle change, it may seem small and it may take you longer to get to those first initial results, to lose that first 5 pounds. Maybe it's going to take a while, but isn't it better to set yourself up for success, take a while to lose those first 5 pounds, knowing that it's going to trigger you losing or toning or whatever your health goals are, for the next year, that you're going to be constantly, improving your health, losing weight, toning up, all of these things, as opposed to, oh, I lost 5 pounds in 1 month and then I gained 10 pounds the month later. Like, what would you rather have?
And people now have very low patience, right? Because we're used to everything being so fast-paced. So, when you talk about months to get results, sometimes people are like, no, I can't wait that long. I need something with fast, quick results. But they don't realize what you just said is that, you can get fast results with some methods, but it's not going to be sustainable. You're going to lose it right away once things go back to normal and you're tired of the hard diet that you've been doing. So going slow and steady sometimes is, the best, or most of the times is the best way. So Zahra, I know that you also kind of include, faith and the power of dua into your coaching. And I'm a big believer that, we only have so much to give. We only have so much power. Whatever we do is we educate yourself, we get coaching, we learn, but at the end of the day, it's only with Allah's guidance that we can truly achieve any dream that we have. So talk to us a little bit more about that. I'd love to inspire all the ladies and men on the live today to really kind of tune in with that power, that it's not just your power. You have the power of Allah, you have the power of dua that's supporting you, even if your goal seems like it's impossible or super big right now.
Yes, yes. So if you're praying for better health, whatever it is, whether it's weight loss, lowering your blood pressure, gaining muscle, curing a disease, even if it's incurable, and you're praying for Allah, oh Allah, bless me to have optimal health, let's say. Then you have to look into what is within your power. So when I go into the dua program, when I talk about faith, my foundational mindset, right, the mindset that I had to shift into that really changed my life, is that Allah is on my side. He is on my side. He's my biggest supporter. He is my cheerleader. He is cheering me on, guiding me to success in every aspect of my life. And my job is to follow that guidance. And my job is literally just to follow that guidance. So you've made this dua, oh Allah, bless me with optimal health. Allah's like, yes, that's what I want for you. I want for, if you look around in the world and the earth, right, things are designed to be healthy. Trees are designed to be healthy and grow. The plants and animals, the animals are all designed to be healthy. It's very unusual. It's an odd thing to see in nature, a sickly, diseased elephant or like a frog, right? It's odd because they're naturally, it's designed for health. Yeah. So we too are designed for health. So you have this premise. Allah's on my side. When I say I'm making dua for health, Allah's, yes, let's go, let's get it. Now, what is the guidance that comes? What is my role? What is my tying my camel? What is my part? Maybe you come across ayah and you're like, you know what? This sounds interesting. This sounds like what I need. Are you going to make excuses? I can't afford it. I don't know if I have enough time. Oh my gosh, it looks like she's going to give me this whole program. I don't know. Will I be able to implement it? Are you going to make excuses, or are you going to be like, wait, Allah put this on my path. I'm really resonating with her. I like the approach she has. And I said I want optimal health, and here's a coach who can help me with my health. You're going to say, if you're following the guidance is sign up, enroll. That's the thing to do. Or maybe you're talking with a friend, and she tells you about a new gym that opens up. We can get a free session, 3 weeks of sessions. Do you want to come with me? That's the path. You go to that free week, you enjoy it, you like it, you sign up for the full gym package, whatever. But you have to be open to understanding that the things that you are seeing and hearing are guidance and signals for you to act on. Then you have to act on it. You have to hire the coach. You have to go to the gym. You have to stop eating the sugar. You have to drink the more water. You actually now have to do it. We sometimes get into, oh, Allah, bless me with optimal health, and think that somehow we'll be able to just kind of maintain. I won't have to ask my husband for an hour, to go for a walk. Somehow Allah will just, how? You have to ask your husband, I need an hour. I need you to come home early. I need you to put the kids to bed. I need you whatever, because I need to go to the gym. I need to go on my walk, right? You have to ask that. If that's the thing that's coming to you, you have to do it. So that's the place where people really kind of get tripped up, where their prayers actually hold them back, because they somehow think that when I ask God, God just does it, and I don't have to change. No, sweetie, you got to change.
I love that, mashallah. So it's like you have to put the dua and you have to put the work in, right? One or the other doesn't work. Like if you only put the work in, no faith, no dua, nothing, things might not work. And the opposite is true. Allah's not wanting from you to just sit there and ask, for a solution for your problem and it's going to magically happen. Allah's going to guide you, like you said. He's going to send you the signals, send you things your way, but you have to have an open eye and an open heart to accept those things and act upon them. And mashallah, I think that's really the magic secret, basically, for anything you want to achieve, not just in terms of, weight or health. I still remember when I was getting married, like when I was in just like the engagement period, my fiance was going for Umrah. So he was asking my mom, what would you like me to pray for you when I go for Umrah? And she said, please pray for me to be able to lose those last 5 pounds. And he's like, I can't stand in front of Allah and ask for that. Like, I can't pray for you to lose weight. And she's like, why? Like, why not? We can pray for anything, big or small. Like, this is what I want. That's what will make me happy. So just like do that prayer for me. And, we still laugh about it until now, but I kind of took from that. And I know there's hadith, but I don't want to quote it so I don't say it wrong, but that you can pray for anything, even if it's super, super small or super, super big. There's nothing that's big or small for Allah. If it's something that will make a difference for you and you truly feel like this is something that I want to stand in front of Allah and ask for, then just do it. And then put in the work for you to actually achieve it.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then that's the place again where the mindset comes in, because when you've made the dua and your mindset is Allah's on my side, He's supporting me, He's my cheerleader, then when you do the action, you have more motivation, because you're believing now Allah's going to support this to work. This working with ayah is going to work for me. Going to this gym is going to work for me. These things that I'm doing are going to work for me, and it's going to give you the ability to take the small step, because you're going to be like, this small step, Allah is backing it up with His big step. I'm taking 1 step, Allah is taking 10, so it's going to amplify. So not only am I doing this small step and Allah is supporting me, Allah is going to help me keep going on the path for the long term, and He's amplifying all of my work. So that mindset gives you motivation, even if in the beginning you're like, you may not see any physical changes in yourself or around you. But the feeling that you can cultivate, the mindset that you can have, is that it's all working, it's all coming together. This is the path for me losing the weight or getting more healthy or, letting go of this illness. This is the path for me. It is working. And that mindset will support you in all of the moments where you're not going to see anything, because it's happening spiritually before it's going to happen physically.
I love that. You actually already shifted my mindset. Like, I am thinking about all those goals that I like. One of them is actually like starting to memorize Quran and like study it. It's something that I've been putting off for years, and I have no excuse, but it just has been, put off. And today was the first day that I took, a small action. And then now as you're talking, I'm like, you know what? I was going in with that mindset that I'm scared, that I don't know if I can do it. I haven't memorized in such a long time. But then I'm hearing you and I'm like, no, like you took the first step. You prayed for this. You know, you put your faith in Allah. He'll support you. Even if you have that much energy, Allah will just give you what's missing. You just need to have faith and then put in the work, and then Allah will do everything else. SubhanAllah. So I love that, mashallah.
Yes, the
So
mindset
Zahra, what?
helps you know you're not on your own. Allah is with you. Because when you think it's like, I have to memorize the Quran, I have to lose this, and you know you haven't done it in the past, you're like, I can't count on me. I can't do it. I tried. I can't do it. So the mindset of like, no, but God is helping me, is my cheerleader, like pushing me along the way. Like, oh, okay, I've got an awesome, amazing, the ultimate supporter. Okay, let's go again. Let me try now. So yes.
Zahra, how do you handle the mindset of, well, I've tried so many times before and I've prayed for this many times before and nothing happens. Why is this time going to be different?
This time will be different if you decide it'll be different. This time will be different if you commit to it differently. Like, that's one of the things we talked about in our dua program. So I have several coaching programs. The dua coaching program is like my foundational program. And the decision that you make, you know what, now is my time. I know what makes it different is forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself for all the times that you failed before, all the times that you tried and it didn't. You have to let your past go, right? When people talk about let it go, release the past, heal, grow, it's really forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself for all of your missteps and your mistakes previously and allow this new moment to be just that, to be a new moment. Allah constantly says, I bring life to the dead earth. I can bring life to this dua, even if it's failed you 100 times before. This can have a new life if you let it. If you let go of all the past and start this moment anew, I am refreshing, I am renewing, I know Allah is on my side, I'm shifting my mindset, let's go, let's do this. And you take that step. Everything is possible. From where you stand right now, you can get anywhere you want to go, regardless of whatever you've messed up or you think you've messed up in your past. From where you are exactly now, you can still go to wherever you need to go. And it's just that, allowing this to be the breaking moment where I break from my past. I'm not going to drag around my past, all the mistakes, all the shortcomings, all the times I failed with me. I'm going to let all of that go and let this moment be new, me and God on our way. Let's go do it.
I love that, mashallah. I truly love that, because we hold so much from the past that prevents us from being able to move forward, right? So being able to let that go and just decide this is going to be a new beginning and this will be different, I think that is super important. Zahra, this was honestly very, very inspirational. Like, I can't tell you how many things you said that truly touched my heart, and I needed to hear them this week specifically. Like, they really hit in the right place.